Oscar-winning musician Glen Hansard dies in Dublin motorcycle crash at 56. The music world is mourning the sudden loss of Irish singer-songwriter and Academy Award winner Glen Hansard, who died on July 29, 2026, following a motorcycle crash in Dublin. He was 56 years old. His management confirmed the tragedy after emergency services responded to the accident during the early hours of Wednesday morning. Hansard was one of Ireland's most celebrated contemporary musicians, known for his powerful songwriting, raw performances, and unwavering commitment to independent music. From his beginnings as a teenage street busker in Dublin to becoming an Oscar-winning artist recognized worldwide, his career inspired millions of musicians and fans. A career built from the streets of Dublin. Born in Ballymun, Dublin, Hansard left school at a young age and began performing on Grafton Street. His passion for music eventually led him to form the Irish rock band The Frames in 1990. The Frames became one of Ireland's most respected rock bands, earning a devoted fanbase with emotionally driven albums and energetic live performances. Although they never achieved mainstream commercial dominance, they became a defining force in Irish alternative rock. The film that changed everything. Hansard's international breakthrough came with the independent film Once, 2007, in which he starred alongside Czech musician Markéta Erglova. The low-budget musical drama captured audiences worldwide through its authentic storytelling and unforgettable soundtrack. Their song, Falling Slowly, won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 2008, transforming Hansard into an internationally recognized artist almost overnight. The film later inspired a Broadway musical that won multiple Tony Awards, further cementing its legacy. More than an Oscar winner. Beyond Once, Hansard continued releasing critically acclaimed solo albums while collaborating with artists including Eddie Vedder and continuing projects with the Swell Season. He remained deeply connected to Dublin, regularly participating in charity busking events that raised money for homeless organizations and community causes. Friends and fellow musicians often described him as generous, humble, and passionate about both music and social justice. Details of the accident. According to Irish authorities and Hansard's management, the fatal motorcycle crash occurred near Dublin during the early hours of Wednesday morning. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but Hansard succumbed to his injuries. Further details surrounding the crash have not yet been released publicly. Tributes pour in. Tributes began pouring in from across Ireland and the international music community within hours of the announcement. Irish political leaders praised Hansard's contribution to Irish culture, while fellow musicians remembered him not only as an extraordinary songwriter, but also as a compassionate humanitarian. Artists including Bruce Springsteen and numerous Irish performers shared messages honoring his influence on modern folk and rock music. Glen Hansard's influence extended far beyond Once. While Glen Hansard became a household name after winning the Academy Award for Falling Slowly, many music critics considered him one of Ireland's most influential singer-songwriters long before Hollywood recognized his talent. For more than 3 decades, he helped shape Ireland's modern folk and alternative rock scene through his work with The Frames, inspiring countless independent musicians who followed in his footsteps. His reputation among fellow artists often exceeded his commercial success, making him a revered figure within the global songwriting community. A symbol of independent music success. Unlike many Oscar-winning musicians who emerged from major record labels, Hansard built his career almost entirely through independent music. He spent years performing on Dublin streets before forming The Frames in 1990, proving that authenticity and perseverance could compete with the traditional music industry. His rise from busker to Academy Award winner became one of the most celebrated success stories in Irish entertainment and remains an inspiration for aspiring musicians worldwide. The cultural impact of Once. Although Once was produced on a modest budget, its emotional storytelling and original soundtrack became a global phenomenon. The film earned critical acclaim at major international festivals, while its signature song, Falling Slowly, became one of the most recognizable acoustic ballads of the 21st century. The movie's unexpected success later led to a Broadway adaptation that won 8 Tony Awards, introducing Hansard's music to an entirely new generation of theater audiences. Respected by some of music's biggest names. Hansard's influence reached well beyond Ireland. Over the years, he collaborated and toured with internationally renowned artists including Eddie Vedder, Bruce Springsteen, Bono, and members of Pearl Jam. Fellow musicians frequently praised his songwriting, emotional performances, and generosity behind the scenes. Following news of his death, Bruce Springsteen described Hansard as a great musician and a generous and gracious man, reflecting the deep respect he commanded across the music industry. More than a musician, a lifelong humanitarian, Hansard was equally admired for his charitable work. Every Christmas Eve, he participated in Dublin's famous fundraising busking event, helping raise more than €2 million for the Dublin Simon Community, an organization supporting people experiencing homelessness. His commitment to social causes made him one of Ireland's most respected public figures, with many fans viewing him as a humanitarian as much as a musician. A legacy that will endure. Hansard's journey, from performing on Dublin's streets to standing on the Academy Award stage, remains one of modern music's most inspiring stories. His songs, especially Falling Slowly, continue to resonate with audiences worldwide and have become enduring symbols of independent artistry. Glen Hansard's career demonstrated that genuine storytelling and emotional honesty could transcend commercial trends. From singing on the streets of Dublin to performing on the Academy Award stage, he remained true to his artistic roots. His catalogue of music, his humanitarian work, and the enduring popularity of Once ensure that his influence will continue to inspire musicians, filmmakers, and audiences for generations to come.